You are listening to The Huddle with Dave Wyman, Michael Bumpus, Stacey Ross, and joining us right now, rookie Anthony Bradford, all of 22 years old, here in a very, very big stage, right? What's the transition been like between college and the pros? I mean, this is huge.
It's been smooth for me. Like I said, we were just talking about it a little second ago. Coming from SEC, the speed is kind of the same at same speed, but it's for sure greater talent. So it's been a little challenge, but it ain't been too long for me.
Maybe some things where you're pleasantly surprised, like, I know how to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm from Southern California, right? So my first game in the league, we played against the 49ers. I grew up watching Niners. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You're from Michigan. Did you grow up a Detroit Lions fan?
Nah, really, like, growing up, I never really grew up watching football. You know
really?
What I'm saying? Yeah, I just started playing football probably, like, seriously, like, 9th, 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I really never grew up with, like, a
coach
team.
grabbed you out the hallway, was like, hey, man, you got to play some football.
He's like, this is a big kid.
Exactly.
What was the first position you played?
I played right tackle. So I played right tackle all through high school, some of, like, my first year of college, and then guard the rest of the way.
Right.
I remember when I was coaching at Redmond, I'd walk through the halls and see all these big guys. I'm like, why aren't you on the team, man?
You guys are like sharks.
Yeah.
For real.
Did you play other sports, Anthony?
Yeah, I played track. I did track and field. I did shot put in disc in the track and field, and I played basketball during the off season.
Power forward or?
No, I'm in the paint.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did you watch basketball? Like, what'd you watch when you were younger?
I was
Not
just
really a
chilling,
sports fan?
I was just chilling. I used to like to be outside as a kid.
Aw.
Just chilling with my cousins or my friends.
That's such like a pure kid upbringing, right?
sure.
It's like just like, no, I just like being outside.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Love that.
Since I didn't start playing until high school either.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time I got popped in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's when you make a decision if you want to do this or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you remember that moment where you was like, all right?
I remember it was my first varsity game we had played. It was something new we was doing this year. We was playing at the big house at Michigan Stadium. And I think it was like probably the second drive. We had a long play. It was like a little cheap shot. It was a cheap shot, but he still woke me up. I'm like, oh yeah, we playing football now.
Yeah.
For sure.
I got knocked on my butt the first time by one of those spring-loaded pads that you hit. I laid on my back on, maybe this isn't for me, man. How has it been as far as like the complexity of the offense and the calls and the guys? I mean, it seems like you young guys, we talked to Olu, he was like, yeah, just go out there. Our coach has us well prepared. You're not nervous or anything. Is that
just like Olu said, like our coach Andy got us prepared, you know what I'm saying? So when we go out there, like, for instance, my first start, like, I didn't have no doubt in my mind at all that I didn't know what I was doing out there, you know what I'm saying? So I really commend our coach for, you know what I'm saying, preparing us and giving us the confidence to go out there in the NFL and have, you know what I'm saying, a good first game or whatever type of situation it is, getting thrown in there or anything, just going in there with a clear mind. So.
I don't think you've had a chance to wear the action green unis yet. But you guys will have your throwback unis debuting, and Seahawks fans are so excited for this. You will not hurt Dave Wyman's feelings if you don't have the throwback unis in your top rankings. Where are you ranking uniform combos just for Seahawks right now, including like road, the navy, action green, throwbacks?
All right, so off the throwbacks, throwbacks is just, that's all together put together. That's just crazy right there. So it got to be throwbacks first. I like the navy, to be honest. I like the navy on navy. That's that's probably got to be my second. And then third, like on the way to it, but it got to be like white on navy. You know
that's a good one.
Yeah, so.
You do anything special? Because, I'm a skill guy. We be having the bands, the forearm sleeves. You do anything special when you get ready to go?
I mean, I'm an O-lineman, but I like to look good on the field. You know what I'm saying? So, like, O-lineman might have the pads hanging down off their knees. You know what I'm saying? I like my pants nice and fit over the knees, so I just be put together. Look good.
I'm imagining Anthony pregame just quickly, just making sure.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Damien. I'm holding it down for us.
You spend time in front of the mirror then?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
You want to look good, play good.
Yep.
Yeah. I got to say, the neon unis don't look super great on offensive linemen. There's just a lot. It's just a lot of neon.
It's like
that's
white.
all, man.
It's like white.
Yeah, that's right.
It just, what it is I'm not a super particular person about unis. Like this one is, and our producer back in the studio is. They'll talk about uniforms. They'll talk about numbers with uniforms. Like, oh, you can't be this size and wear a number 9, whatever. But there's something about the action green on the grass where you're like, ooh, there's two very different colors of green that I can't get behind here.
It's too much for sure.
It's too much.
I
Yeah.
like them though.
What do you see over there? You got some big dogs. I mean, Miles Garrett, Dalvin Tomlinson, Jordan Elliott, Zadarius Smith. Seems like every week it's a challenge, right?
Yeah.
But what are you seeing from Cleveland up front? They're really good defensively.
Yeah, as of right now, this is about the best defensive line or defense at whole that it is in the NFL right now, and we know that as an O-line, and we know that as an offense. So we're not really going in there as like with a different mindset, but the only mindset is to do what we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Probably turn it up a little more. Just, you know what I'm saying? All the mistakes it's gonna be mistakes out there for sure, but just make sure they're full speed and make sure it's just less of them than more. So yeah, we got a full mind that it's a good D-line and a good defense out there.
So, man, you go from not really playing football in high school to playing football in high school to going to one of the best colleges in all the land, LSU. Yeah. And then I read at some places like you were projected as an undrafted free agent. Some had you going. Yeah. What was the whole draft process like for you? And then once you heard your name, what was that feeling like?
The draft process for me, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it was just going in there, like, not really knowing what, like me, myself, I knew what potential I had, you know what I'm saying, what type of player I am and stuff like that. But going in, just outside, people from the outside looking in, like, okay, this kid's this, and this. He has this, and this going on. So it's just like a mystery, but it was like a good mystery for me because I know, you know what I'm saying, what I could do in the league for sure. So.
Were you with a bunch of people? You were by
Nah, so yeah, I was just with my mom, my sisters, uncles, just like real close family. My boys, like I have my cousins there and about 2 friends there, so it wasn't really deep. It was the people I really wanted there.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you haven't been able to come up for a home game yet?
Yeah. Good. So my mom and my sisters came down. They live it down here, so they came down. And a few of my boys came to a away game that we had. I think it was first Detroit. Yeah.
So are your sisters older or younger?
Yeah, I'm a middle child, so I got an older sister and a younger sister.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Well, did you have any idea that you were going to, like, do you remember any of the Seahawks scouts or anything coming around? Or did you
it was in the air for sure. Like, I didn't know where I was going to go. Yeah. Happy to be that the Seahawks had picked me. It's like, you know what I'm saying, going from winning and winning. You can't lose with that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I was happy with the choice that was made that night.
You saw that 206 number flash. It was a 425. And
yeah,
was like, who was
206. I didn't know who the 206 was. I ain't never been to Washington before I came here, so I was 206 has got to be that call.
Just imagining, hello?
Yeah.
John. All right. He is Anthony Bradford, a rookie first year here in Seattle. We're happy to have you. You did just get out of practice. We also pulled Trey for both of you guys. We were like, we're sorry. You guys haven't eaten yet. You haven't had a chance to get right. So thank you for joining us. You guys, this is The Huddle. Don't go anywhere. You're going to hear from Gino next.